the Enduro Ecto Trail Truck. Got this from Dixieland RC. You guys may want to check that out. There's a link down below in the description. We're going to open this thing up, get my little unboxing video per se, and see what's in here and see what catches my eye. Take a look. I know some channels, they really get into the box art. You know, it's like box art this, box art that. I've never, I mean, the box art is okay, but what's inside the box is what counts, right? So I will look at some of the specs though, and then we're going to get this thing opened up. If you really into scale, it does have its own scale garage per se. So be careful when you open it up if you want to have a scale garage and all that. Radio. Got some parts and pieces there. Let's go ahead and peel this thing out. It looks like a tight little truck. I mean, with this body, here, let me get my hand on here. There we go. With this style body and all that, it's kind of almost like as if they're aiming right at the competition crawler world. And that kind of interests me. Alright, now I'm going to clear off the rest of the table and get a good look at this. Well, here it is. Let's go ahead and peel all this off. Now on the box it looked like the windows were fogged, but not so, ooh, look at that guy. Not so much here. Alright, so first thoughts on the tires. I feel like they'll be good, normal use tires. Got your little fake winch. Now the radio is like the XP130. It's okay. It's got some decent features to it, some adjustments and stuff like that. But it's not going to last long because it's going to come out. The body, narrow. I'm pretty sure, now although I never had one, pretty sure this is basically a rebodied gatekeeper. I like the trailing arm design right here. I have something similar to this from Extreme RC 4x4 using the Wraith rear arms. These are a lot shorter. So definitely a different setup there. Alright, let's go and get the body off and take a peek. Let's get right into the electronics. This is a 14-turn, 5-slot, 550 motor, so it's going to be a little bit on the slow side. So yeah, we've got that. The ESC is good to 3S. It has 2 outputs, and according to the paperwork, they're good for 7.4 volts each. So if you like this ESC, like that motor, or if you happen to just keep this and change that out, which I may actually try that, you can actually power a high voltage direct power servo with an adapter right from one of these. So that's pretty cool. The stock servo is a 15 kilogram servo, which probably going to be adequate as it sits. Now the battery up front, that's always a good thing. And let's go ahead and dig a little bit further. This is the Overdrive Transmission. I haven't looked at the Overdrive yet. I'll find that and let you guys know in just a few seconds. Nice transmission. I like that. Shocks seem to be all right, so shouldn't be any issues there. Got metal inserts to where you can adjust the shocks around. That's a nice deal, so you don't have any, shouldn't have any stripped bolt holes. Panhard mount. Look at that, you got a metal brace right there. I kind of would have liked to have seen all that be metal right there, but you know what? That's a good thing to have. And I can already tell by just handling the truck a little bit, the suspension seems like it's going to be all right. I love the rear sway bar. With this style rear suspension, you kind of need it. It does seem to be like it's maybe a little bit tall, but once I get a battery in there, maybe I can adjust these and go ahead and drop that down. As far as the tires go, messing with this, I'm noticing definitely got some noise in the back. Looks like There's definitely some motion in there. Hopefully it's all right. But as far as the tires go, I can tell you as I've been handling it a little bit, the foams are going to be too stiff. The tires actually feel like they may be okay, but they're going to need a much softer foam. Now, the wheels, according to the book, are actually beadlocks. Let's take one of them apart. Let's see. With everything out and these rather coarse thread screws are loose, it is legit beadlock. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at these foams while we're in here. Let's see. They are just a single stage. So with these being a fairly easy to remove beadlock, you know, I think I might actually spend some time and see if I can foam these and make these work. I'll take some soft foams with the weight of this thing. In case you're wondering, that is the SLW hub. Look at that. It lines up perfectly. So yeah, if you happen to strip out the stock hub, you can totally change that out. Granted, these stock wheel hexes are plastic, so you're probably going to want to change those out if you start having problems there, you know? The steering geometry looks to be right on point. I mean, it really looks to be good. Let's go ahead and check that real quick. I know a lot of guys are really picky on bump steer. That looks pretty darn good. We'll find out on the course when I get to take this thing out. Sometimes pan hard steering will actually torque the chassis a little bit. So we'll find that out. Probably won't see much of it with the 15 kg servo, but once you put a nice big servo in there, that's when those little things start to look like big things. So yeah, that's actually pretty darn nice. The transmission out of the box has a 5.7% overdrive. All right, so we got overdrive right out of the box. And in this bag, you can see a gear right there. You see another one kind of peeking out. You can see it right there. In here, that is enough to make 11.83% overdrive to the front. To put that in, obviously, you got to open up the transmission. And this transmission is old. There's a ton of videos on it. I've done a few showing the insides of it. But I may go ahead and try this with the stock 5.7 and then put the 11 in there and just see what you guys think about that. So let me know in the comment section below. I also want to mention the behind the steering axle, or behind the axle steering. So you got that, in which I was looking right at it on the front, but yeah, right there. The transmitter you get with it right here. Now, I would call it a really basic RTR radio, but I've seen some that would make this thing look like a Futaba 4PLS, you know. But this right here actually has some decent adjustments on it. Got a third channel you can mess with. Oh, there's a third channel right there. Let's see. Okay. I guess you could do something with that. You can kind of use your hand to mess around with that a little bit, but not bad. Trims. Okay. Dual rates. I mean, I've seen a lot worse radios than that. And now we get to the body. So it's an unlicensed version, kind of like maybe a little bit of Power Wagon-ish, maybe some Creepish. I mean, the body was actually one of the things that caught my attention and probably the biggest reason I've got the truck. You know, I mean, its proportions are not bad. Now, it does say on the box, scale looks. Well, I mean, it is a scale body, but I got to point out the things that I like about it. Obviously, the nose. It lends itself to competition. That's the most important part, that what I can see out of this. There's no fenders at all. So you see, I like to try to leave a little bit of fender on mine, but I guess that may change now. The body itself, if you're going to go with a body like this for competition, you're going to want to take this off. This right here's got a little bit of weight to it, and it adds quite a bit more to it than what I would have liked. I guess you can also shed the little scale accessories if you want to get rid of those. You just kind of strip it down. But I mean, overall, I kind of like it. I might take a marker and draw some headlights or put some googly eyes on it or something. But I mean, it's not a bad body. Not at all. It does come with these side mirrors, so I'm going to put those on real quick. Woohoo! They are on. That took all of about a minute. Less than a second for you guys. All right. When I mentioned the rear suspension earlier, this came out with Extreme RC 4x4. You can see the Bomber rear links. I think I said Wraith earlier. You can see how long these are. I'll try to get a side-by-side shot versus what's on the Ecto. Let's get this all in perspective here. You see how this comes all the way up to the transmission. These are way back here. Now, what I think could be done, the way this is set up, you could actually have more of a belly, more of a flat area right here to actually slide on. You know, if you're trying to back up, you won't get caught here. You know, just kind of bring that belly all the way out. So I think that would actually work out pretty darn good. But I mean, you could actually run links to it and change that setup if you wanted to. Now these are on the outside like that. Kind of would have been better if they were on the inside, you know, for the double shear and all that. However, if you look at the setup that I have right here, those are on the outside as well, and they've held up fine. So maybe it'll be all right. So anyway, I think it's time to power this thing up. I love the fact that it comes with the Deans on it. That is my choice of plug for scalers. Love that. We're going to go ahead and power this thing up on 3S. I'm going to add a little bit of tape so we can see that 5.7% overdrive. And it's powered up. Let's go ahead and test the steering. Everything is good. It is on 3S. Let's go ahead and give it a slow spin. Ooh. That's a heck of a startup. Wow. Well, you can see the front is pulling ahead a little bit. Yeah, it's got a little bit. That 5%, not really a whole lot, is it? Pretty close. Wow, really touchy startup. There we go. Steering on the ground. Let's see. See a little bit of chassis rise there, but not bad. I want to check that startup a little bit more. Let's just see. Wow. It really does take off. Let's see here. Yeah. The startup is actually pretty high on it. Well, all right, we got all that taken care of. Seen the startup, the steering, everything that really catches my eye about the vehicle, which is a pretty good bit. Now let me get on to my stand-up routine. So guys, overall, I think it's a really neat truck with a lot of potential. The startup on the ESC was way higher than what I expected. Didn't really expect that out of like a 14-turn 5-slot 550. That motor should be capable of a lot lower startup. So maybe there's something tunable in that ESC. I guess I'd have to get the programmer card, but I can tell you pretty quick, it's probably just going to get a 1080. But as far as the servo goes, probably going to be okay with that. We'll have to see how that works out. Tires, they're going to need some softer foams, but I do believe the tires are workable. I believe. Shocks, I'm going to move those to the top hole. Now for the first drive, all I'm going to do is move the shocks up. That's all I'm going to do. Then it'll be on the first drive. Like I said, overall, I like the design. Definitely going to take some tuning, but I think it's going to be an awesome truck. I really do. So guys, in that description, I'll try to put a link down here. I did get this from Dixieland RC. So you guys may want to check him out. There is a link down below. So guys, hopefully you liked the video. Check that description. There are affiliate links aiming eBay, Amazon, and Horizon. So use those links. Help support the channel. Thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.